Hello everyone, this is Young Marcus, the Advice King. Today I'll be discussing with you on the topic of how to gain more respect. Now I'm going to explain exactly how to gain more respect, so listen up very closely, and if you listen to what I'm going to say and you apply it to yourself, you'll be a phenomenal person and you'll gain so much respect from everyone in the world, up and down the street. You'll gain respect, smiles, and you'll gain a lot of greetings from a lot of people, and you'll gain so much respect that it'll completely knock your socks off. I can explain it right now. Now, this is exactly how to gain respect and how to get people to really understand and see that you are a great person deep inside. The very first thing you do is, in your mind, you have to tell yourself, I deserve respect just by being a human being. That's number one, because you have to condition your mind even before you start doing the things that I'm going to say do. The very first thing you have to do is condition your mind to get yourself thinking on the positives and on the positive path, and you have to understand that you deserve respect by yourself before you deserve respect from anyone else. So, and in order to get respect, you must have respect for yourself. If you don't have respect for yourself, chances are you haven't been doing the necessary things to get respect from other people. So I'm going to say that. Condition your mind to tell yourself that you deserve respect just as much as anybody else does. Now say that with me. I want you to close your eyes for a second and say, I deserve respect as well as anyone else in this world. I deserve respect as well as anyone else in this world. And I deserve just as much respect as anyone else in this world. There's no one famous person in this world that's as famous to you as you should be to yourself. That's number one. People tend to put respect towards other people in front of the respect for themselves. And I feel like that's a problem, because that's a person with a self-esteem that is not high enough for themselves. They tend to donate it to other people for different reasons. I think you should be the most famous person to yourself. I like to look in the mirror and tell myself that I love myself and that I'm a beautiful individual and that I feel great as a human being. And every day that I say that, I feel greater. But not only that, I condition my mind to understand that I deserve just as much respect as anyone else in the world. Now that's number one. That's conditioning your mind. That's number one. Now the second thing that you do is that you do the necessary things for people to get respect. Respect doesn't just come respect doesn't just come from everyone out of nowhere. You have to do things in order to get that respect. And I'm going to explain to you the necessary things to do on the outer core of your being to gain respect fast and get the fastest results as far as respect. You start doing things. You just start giving up yourself. Give yourself to people. For fast results, you do things for people before they even ask you to do them. That means if you look around and you see things that need to be done and no one asked for them to be done, but you take it upon your own free will when you could be doing anything else with your time, you see the things that needs to be done and you go ahead and do it. Chances are that respect will come so fast because you stopped in between the things that you could have been doing to service or to help someone else, as far as the things that you know that needed to be done in maybe your surroundings or someone else's surroundings. For instance, if I was walking down the street and I saw trash on the ground, just about on every city block there is a garbage can. If I see, like a trash or a bag of chips, an empty bag of chips, or a old water jug, or a old a bottle of drink that someone had tossed on the ground after drinking, I pick it up and I walk to the next block to throw it in the trash. Reason being, because that's one of the biggest ways to gain respect, is to see things that needs to be done and to not have to have nobody ask you to do something in particular for you to do it. And just the greetings that people give you, for some reason they pick up on this energy that you have done something previously to deserve respect. I don't know. A lot of people call it magic, but I think it's just good karma is a way of explaining it. But it's something bigger than just karma. I think it's a energetic vibration that you give off after you do something good for someone without them asking you to do it. That's just showing that you are absolutely the bigger person. You're the biggest person on the whole city block once you do things that no one has to ask you to do, and you see things around the city that needs to be done. That's huge for a person, especially a young person. I think younger people, they tend to get more respect from doing things like that versus older people. I think it's more expected of an older person to do those things. But the older person still gets respect back also from doing it. Gaining respect as a result of doing great service has no age on it, no age limit. Everyone can gain from it. So if you find yourself not getting a lot of respect, you might want to check on the things that you have been doing lately, to obtain respect. But first, remember, it all starts with conditioning your mind first. So, like I said, doing good things when you could be doing anything else. I think that sometimes I could be somewhere either watching a movie or, doing something that I like to do. But I think that there's nothing in this world that I like to do more than to give and to share the things that I have with other people, and whether it's time, whether it's money. You want to share your important assets, because if you want important things back from the world, you have to give the important things that you have to give. Some people say, well, I don't have nothing to give people. You do. You have time to give to people. Give someone good advice. Call someone who's lonely. Let them know you just respect them and that you call them just to see how they were doing. It's stuff like that. You get respect back so fast because of the thought that you give when you're helping someone, or the thought that you give to help someone who needs help. If you see someone else's yard has trash in it, just take about 3 or 4 minutes to go pick up the trash in their yard. I mean, and there is a garbage can just about on every city block. So, just pick up the trash, and if you see trash in someone else's yard, just pick it up. If they might even be peeking out their window and seeing what you're doing. And don't think it's bad, or don't think that you'll seem awkward to do something like that. People think so negatively when it comes to doing right things for people at particular times. Some people say, well, I don't want them to think I'm going to do this for them every time. It's not even about that. Honestly, it's more about you understanding that no matter what good you do, it'll always come back, and it'll come back faster if you continuously do it. For instance, I was downtown, and there was a person who, I think he was homeless. So I gave him some money. He had a cup, with a little bit of change in it, but I gave him $1, and I've heard someone say, that guy, he's not really homeless. He doesn't, he's not really homeless. He's just doing this to get more money. The truth is, it doesn't matter if he's homeless or not. The fact that you gave a person some money, a person can be homeless or not. It could be a homeless person, or it could be your best friend. It doesn't matter. If you give someone $1 one day, if you be patient and you don't focus too hard on getting it back, you just know that you're giving it because you know that person needs it. It doesn't matter if the person is homeless or not. You'll get that money back with interest. You'll get more than what you give out. So most people think in negative terms as far as the situation more than the result itself. I think they get too mixed up and caught up in, well, is this person truthful about what they want from me? It's not really about that. It's just about if you have what's necessary to give, and if you do, just give it. It don't matter what the reason is for a person. This is an opportunity for you to gain more money in the future, more than it is for the person to ask or to need money from you and for you to give it to them. So people got a lot of thinking backwards. The negative thinking makes people spiral in the direction that they don't give at all because they don't feel that the person deserves it. It's not about the person deserving what you're giving to them. It's just about you deserving what you will get in the future as a result of being the bigger person. So once you understand a lot about the natural laws of the universe, and you understand a lot about when you do good, you receive good. But not only that, You receive good faster if you do good when you stop in the middle of the things that you could be doing that may be more interesting to you, just to give something to someone else, whether it's advice or money, or you give someone else respect, or you call someone else up and you say that, I'm just calling to see how you were doing. That's taking the time out of your day. Just imagine down the line someone else is going to take the time out of their day to give to you. And remember, when you get something back, you get it even more than you gave. So you'll get maybe a few calls from other people. Someone else may discover you and realize that you deserve more respect than you actually getting. So a lot of things really changed in my life as a result of respect I've been giving people by just doing things to help people without expecting much back immediately. You do things and feel good about it. I think temporarily what you gain is a good feeling. And that good feeling will set you up for a better feeling later on. So you have to realize that positive thinking is the key here. To do good things for people, and don't focus so much on whether the person deserves what you're providing for them or not. It's more about what you deserve in the future. So that's the trick. You ever heard people ever ask, why are you doing this for me? Don't let that be a closing to your willingness to give. Some people, when you give, some people may not appreciate it as much. But it's up to you to be the bigger person to say, well, whether they appreciate it or not, I know they needed what I gave them. And I know that later in the future, I'll get what I deserve. And if you keep a positive mental attitude, it'll come back just as fast, very fast. You'll see people greeting you from all over. They'll be complimenting things about you that you'll be like, wow, deep inside you say, man, how did that happen? People starting to respect me more. And if you do this just about every day, you can even pick one good thing to do for someone every day. I think we all intelligent enough to understand a few things that we can be doing for other people. At least one thing per day. If you do that, just think about how great your life would be in a month from now. And cultivate what you do also. Do your best. Don't just do a little bit. If you know you could do better for someone, do better. I make Craigslist advertisements for companies and restaurants, and I don't say a word to them about what I'm doing, but I do it to receive more good in the future. And think about it. I repost them ads just about every 30 days, and they own Craigslist for 30 days. So think about how good of things that I've been receiving. It's just been phenomenal. Respect has been just phenomenal. People pay me more money to do small things than I ever imagined in my entire life. So the key here is to obtain respect. You do great things for people in such a great way in the perfect time of the day when you could be doing anything else with your time. So you do that one thing every single day. Say to yourself, I'm going to do at least one thing every single day for someone that I know needs my services, even though they may not appreciate it, or even if they may not pay me for it. I'll get what I deserve in the future, because I know for a fact that doing good is good for myself and also other human beings. So I want to thank everyone for watching and hearing my advice once again. This is Young Marcus, the Advice King.